All right, it is time now for news from the left. Another humiliating, and this one's actually rather sad, gaffe from Joe Biden today during an event on hunger and nutrition at the White House. It's supposed to be a throwaway event, the kind of things that the media barely even covers. 79-year-old president thanked several lawmakers, including an Indiana congresswoman who, if you recall, earlier in the summer, tragically died in a car crash. Here's the president.
Representative Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here to help make this a reality.
He's talking about Jackie Walorski, and it's pretty scary there. After much speculation as to whether Biden was referring to Congresswoman Walorski, seen here, or Congresswoman Jackie Speier, his press secretary confirmed today that he was speaking about the now deceased Congresswoman Walorski, and she spun it as best as she could like this.
If the late Congresswoman was top of mind for the president and her family was expected to be here and that's what he was thinking about, why was he looking for her? I'm not trying to be snarky here.
No, I mean, as he was naming folks, she was on top of mind, and he understands and knew that he was going to see her family on Friday for this bill signing. Again, I don't think it's all that unusual.
Now, obviously, being Biden's press secretary has to be the worst job on earth because you have to figure out a way to spin something like this. We're all supposed to just accept the fact that Biden has been planning all this week to meet with the Walorski family, but then somehow forgot that she had died a couple months ago. Yeah, no worries there. It's just the leader of the free world. Not like he has to protect us from the growing threat of world war. At another event today, Jill Biden had to guide the very confused president off the stage. Just take a look at this. This is the reality. You know, we don't joke about it too much here. A lot of other shows and networks do, but, you know, it's really just kind of sad. That's the president. He doesn't really know where the hell he is. Next up, a Treasury audit finding the IRS mistakenly sent over $1 billion in child tax credit payments to millions of Americans who were not eligible for that free cash. 3.3 million payments worth over $1.1 billion erroneously sent out between July and November of last year to 1.5 million taxpayers who did not meet the requirements, all while millions of eligible candidates did not even receive their payments. The audit reveals the IRS failed to send 8.3 million payments worth $3.7 billion to more than 4 million taxpayers. You know, I'm sure glad we're dumping $80 billion more into the IRS. Make sure that you pay your taxes. If not, they'll come after you because your government needs plenty of money that they can flush down the toilet. We see it time and time again. Next up, New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman thinks she's hurting Trump by revealing a plan that most Americans probably agree with. Haberman's book revealing Trump weighed bombing drug labs in Mexico after he mistook his advisor. Oh. In the book called Confidence Man, Haberman writes Trump raised it several times, this possibility, eventually asking a stunned Defense Secretary Mark Esper whether the United States could indeed bomb the labs that are creating the drugs that are killing all of our people. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, he's so dangerous. How dare he want to take out drug labs that are creating horrible drugs that are killing people? Oh, that's so not woke. I love how this is designed as an insult, which is exactly what it is by Haberman. Our current policy in this country for the last couple years has been enriching Mexican cartels with billions of dollars and allowing as much drugs to pour into this country as anybody wants to pour in, with effectively no consequence whatsoever. Probably the smartest thing the United States could do right now would be to start bombing drug cartels in the labs that they make drugs in. Why? Because they're killing tens of thousands of Americans a year. But people like Maggie Haberman and the media elite don't really care about people that die of drug overdoses. You can tell because they never cover it. The D.C. bubble certainly is interested in Trump's no BS foreign policy approach because it actually works. So what do? They make fun of it, even though the current policy is so idiotic it doesn't even bear reference. Next up, in a new policy, Virgin Atlantic is scrapping gendered uniforms for its flight crew and will hand out pronoun badges to flight attendants and passengers. If you're flying Virgin Atlantic, here's a look at your new flight attendants, by the way. This is their promotional video. Airline says it will conduct mandatory inclusivity training for its staff to, quote, ensure that all customers feel welcome despite barriers to LGBTQ plus equality. So Virgin Atlantic is going to pave the way for equality that can't happen any other way. And the pronoun pins are available upon check-in if you want one. It enables everybody to clearly communicate and be addressed by their pronouns. Also, one of the lavatories will be reconfigured into an operating table in case you need an emergency double mastectomy for your 9-year-old on your way to Paris.